Hello students, welcome to the solution video for your Cyclic test 1. The subject that we shall be discussing is the CS paper or your commercial studies paper. Now this was a 30 marks paper, right? And the time allocated to you was 1 hour, so you have to complete solving your paper in 1 hour. Now the portion that was included in this test was only one chapter, that is your very first chapter in the book, that is stakeholders in a commercial organization. It's a very easy chapter. Yes, so let's see what or how to solve this paper. Students, this paper constituted of two sections, section A and section B. Section A, since it was a 30 marks paper, constituted for only one main question, that is question 1, but it had 5 sub questions under it, that is question 1A, B, C, D, E, right? Now each of these sub questions constituted for 2 marks. So together, or the total 5 questions equals to 10 marks. So section A was for 10 marks. Moving on to section B. Now, under section B, you had 3 main questions. Question 2, question 3, question 4. Right? Now, under each of these main questions, you had 2 sub-questions. Question 2A, question 2B, question 3A, question 3B, question 4A, and question 4. Now, each of these sub-questions were for 5 marks each. So, total section B comprised of 30 marks, but you have to attempt only 2 main questions out of it, which means you have to attempt for only 20 marks. So your total, you have to attempt for only 30 marks paper, right? Which means that you have an option of choosing what you want to write or you wish to write in section B. But in section A, you don't have that choice. You have to compulsorily attempt all the questions, right? So let's start. Now, when you're starting a paper, the section that you're attempting first, you will write the name of the section on the top. Now, since we're starting by solving the section A first, you'll write section A on top. Write the question number, that is question 1A, and the sub-question also has to be mentioned clearly. The first question is define the term stakeholders. Now, students, this is a question where you've been asked to write the definition. Now, since it is a definition, you have to write everything exactly the same way as it is mentioned in your textbook. Now, since this is the definition given in your textbook, okay, it has to be word to word. All the words have to be there. The words individuals, groups, and institutions having stake in performance are important keywords. Okay, so these words have to be there, and you have to write it exactly the same way as it's mentioned in textbook. You cannot write this in your own words. Now, once you have written this and you've made sure that you have not tweaked or you have not amended anything, trying to write the answer in your own words, you will earn full 2 marks for this answer. The next question is, what do you mean by internal stakeholders? Now, clearly, it is not a definition that you're asking for. It is a question asking you for the meaning, which means you can write this answer in your own words. Only make sure that this word within the organization is there in your answer, since it is a keyword, right? Otherwise, the whole purpose or the whole you're not answering the question right. So this keyword has to be there. You may also add some examples which will enhance your answer, which will make your answer more effective. It helps you fetch marks, right? Moving on to the next question, that is question 1C. Distinguish between shareholders and creditors. Now, students, every time you are faced with a question which is asking you to answer for a difference between or a distinguish between 2 concepts, you make sure that you always attempt this answer in a tabular format, right, or a table format. You do not write it in a sentence format or create headings and write explanation. You always have to create a table, construct a table, and write it down in it. So first of all, the first very basic thing that you have to keep in mind is that it has to be in a table format. Second, basis of distinction has to be compulsorily there. Yes. Third, whatever points you write explanation for distinguish between or difference between, it has to be in a sentence form. You cannot write one word or two words and leave it there. You have to convert it into a proper sentence. So since it is asked for 2 marks, you will write any 2 points of your choice, whatever you find easy to remember and understand. There is no compulsion to learn, particular points. You may choose to learn whatever you wish to. Now, the next question is question 1B. Again, a distinguish between or a difference between question between internal stakeholders and external stakeholders. Again, you will write the meaning here. You have written the meaning and the types. Now, these are the most easiest points between distinguishing points between internal and external stakeholders. So we've taken that. Likewise, you may also choose what you find easy to learn and write it down, or learn it and write it in your answer sheets. Right? Again, table format. It has to be in a table format. You will write all the explanation or the distinguishing points in sentences. And thirdly, the basis of distinction has to be compulsory there. If in case, God forbid, you forget at last minute, you forget the textual basis of distinction that's given in a textbook, you can create your own basis of distinction, but make sure you write the basis of distinction. You create your own basis of distinction. If in case you don't remember, you can create it by just choosing any word from your distinguishing point or your explanation that you are writing it down. Okay? The next question or the last question in section A is question 1E, that is mention any 2 expectations of suppliers from a business organization. Now students, these kind of questions always start with a statement, which means when you start answering these kind of a question, you will first write a statement and then write your main answer. Now what statement to write? You will take words from the question itself and rewrite it. For example, in this case, you will write the 2 expectations of suppliers from a business organization are, and then write 2 points or 2 expectations that's given in your textbook. Number them, or you can create bullet points. Since it is for 2 marks, you will write only 2 explanations, and that's it. You've earned your 2 marks. So easy, right? Now, the next section, we're moving on to the next section, that is your section B. Now, since it's a new section, you will write this on a new page. You will start this on a new page. You will not continue at the same place where you've written your last answer of section A. You'll take it to a new page, right, students? So, you will write the name of the section on top, section B. Then you will write the question number, question 2A in this case. Again, you have a choice, not necessarily you attempt 2A only. You may have attempted 3A or 4A. Whatever question you have attempted, just make sure you've written the correct question number and the sub-question number. Now, since we're solving the question 2A, we'll write 2A. The question goes by, discuss the expectation of customers and business associates. Again, like I told you, these kind of questions, you have to first write the sentence first. Construct the sentence from taking the words from the question itself. So you write the expectation of customers and business associates are, and then write 5 expectations that's given in your textbook. Number them, create bullet points. Now, since it is a 5-mark question, you will make sure that there are 5 points or 5 expectations very neatly and very clearly mentioned. The next question is question. Oh, okay. Now, this question comprises of 2 parts actually, but it is not clearly visible that there are 2 parts. So you have to make sure that you read it correctly. And since they have asked that, since it is asked that you have to write the expectations between customers as well as the business associates, you will write the expectations of customers are, write 3 points. Okay, write 3 points under it. Then write another heading, expectations of associates and competitors are, and then write their expectations separately. So you'll write the expectations separately, but you write the heading whose expectations you're writing. It has to be clearly mentioned on top, and then go about to write the expectation. Do not mix them up. Okay, make it or write it separately. Create separate headings for the both the uh, uh, both the stakeholders and write down their expectations separately. Do not mix it up, students. Okay, you will write maximum 4 points you can write for each, or you can minimum write 3 points each. The choice is up to you. Uh, Next question is question 2B, that is describe the expectation of government. Again, statement has to be there. It is a 5-mark question. It has to be, you have to make sure that there are 5 expectations listed very neatly, one below the other, since it is 5 marks. Okay. The next question is question 3A, which is write any 5 expectations of general public. Now here, uh, again you will create a sentence, like 5 expectations of general public or society from business enterprises are, and then you will write 5 expectations. Likewise for the next question also, create a sentence, and from the, by picking up words from the question itself, and then write down 5 expectations. Now students, I'm seeing that there is no option given to you in this paper, right? So usually there are options given in section B. In this paper, however, there is no option given to you, which means both your section A as well as section B were both compulsory. You have to attempt each and every question here. So that is it then. Thank you, students.